Hi, I'm Kerry. I'm the host of Best of Us Investors. You can learn more about us at bestofusinvestors.com. I invest a little different than most people, and what I talk about on my YouTube channel is different than most. You won't see many charts and graphs, and you won't see any 200 moving day averages because I believe for my way of investing, I don't want to invest based on the past and past performance. I want to invest based on the future. What's going to happen in the future? Who's going to make it happen? And how can I profit from it? And I recognize that I have a privilege, and that privilege is I can take ownership of any publicly traded company almost in the world. So I take advantage of that. But I recognize that if I really want exponential growth in my portfolio, I have to anticipate what is going to happen, not look at what happened and what might happen in a continuation. So I don't invest in customary stocks. I look for exponential opportunities. And I think the biggest exponential opportunity that you and I will experience in our lifetime, we are in the midst of, and that is the coronavirus. And I think that we have a national security problem that is going to present an enormous investment opportunity. And as the thumbnail says, it's going to end up putting 2 smart toilets in every home. Kind of like, I think it was Roosevelt who said he wanted 2 cars in every garage. We're going to put 2 smart toilets in every home. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why, and why you're going to be happy to do it, and why they're probably going to be free. And hey, they might be on your doorstep now. So let me think about it a bit and get my thoughts together, and let's talk about it.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
We are emerging out of, hopefully, the corona crisis. I don't think this is the last we're going to see of this. I want to take you back in time to what is referred to as 9/11. This is the time when Osama bin Laden led a group of people who learned how to fly commercial aircraft and put pilots on 4 aircraft, flew 2 of them into the Twin Towers, 1 into the Pentagon, and then 1 was destined to go either to the White House or the congressional buildings, but it was brought down by the passengers and went down in Pennsylvania. As a result of that, and subsequently, our country geared up for what we now know as terrorism. A small group of people, anybody who has a grudge with a country, can strap on bombs, put bombs in their underwear, get on an airplane, blow the airplane up, go into a theater, blow it up, go into a restaurant, blow it up. It's terrorism. And we have just given the terrorists of the world their new atomic bomb. It's called a pandemic. Now, is it beyond the realm of possibility that right now, somewhere in this world, there are a group of people, small group of people, who are working on creating the next pandemic? And they will use it as a form of terrorism. I mean, they don't have to go through a metal detector and detect the bomb that they put on their body. They just get the epidemic or the pandemic, the virus, and go on to the airplane and sneeze and cough, spit on their hands, touch everything that they can, get off the plane, and watch and see what happens. And the terrorist will meet them in the restroom and give them an injection of the vaccine, and they're fine. They can come back and do it again. Is this far-fetched? Is this a reality? It's a reality. I don't think I'm the only one who figured this out. Now, I recognize I can't read. I'm dyslexic, but I can connect the dots. And this morning, while I was laying in bed, the dots came to me. My roommate, who is my coach, I evicted that unwanted roommate who told me because I couldn't read, I couldn't think, told me, you need to do a video about this. The world needs to know about this. And how are we going to fight it? And who is going to facilitate the fight? And who is going to make us safe? Well, I believe the smart toilet will do it. Go to the link down below. I gave you a link to a press release from Stanford University, and it'll give you the details on what they're doing to create that smart toilet. There's another one being worked on in Harvard University. I am sure the prototype is already being looked at by Amazon, and they're figuring out how to box it and ship it and get 2 of them on your doorstep. And will you have to pay for them? No. The insurance companies are going to pay for it, and the government's going to pay for it. And the government will probably even give you a tax deduction if you can prove that you put 2 of them into your house. Now, what's that toilet going to do? In the morning, you're going to get up and you're going to do your job. You're going to poop and you're going to pee. And there's going to be 5G sensors in that toilet, and it's going to analyze your poop and your pee. And before you wipe, the cloud will come back to your phone and say, you do or you don't have a virus. And it will timestamp it. And it will identify it as yours because your butt is different than my butt. And that has an ID as good as my thumbprint or my index fingerprint is. And you'll walk into an airport and want to get on an airplane. And you'll say, here, I've proven myself to not have a virus. And they may say, go over to the airport restaurant and do it again, or not restaurant, restroom, and do it again. But that's how you're going to get on an airplane. That's how you're going to get on a cruise ship. That's how you're going to be able to be on a cruise ship for 7 days. You're going to have to prove every day you don't have a virus. Because folks, look at it realistically. If we don't have this, we're doomed. There's enough crazies out there that have enough knowledge to create the next pandemic, to create the next vaccine, and bring this world to its knees. They're out there. Do I think that Adolf Hitler was the only person like Adolf Hitler ever to be born? Do I think there is another Adolf Hitler who wants to wipe out a race? Yeah, I do. I think they're walking this earth today, and they're in a lab right now trying to figure out how to bring us to our knees. So, as an investor, I know this can't happen. I know it won't happen. I know that there are people right now working to make sure it doesn't happen. We know it's in Stanford University. We know it's at Harvard. So, as an investor, how do I get in front of this? Well, I look at the process. I'm going to do my job in the toilet. The toilet's going to analyze my stuff. It's going to send it to the cloud. The cloud's going to analyze it. The cloud is going to have some massive and artificial intelligence and machine learning tools to compare my poop with your poop and everybody else's poop and come to an instant conclusion so that it can give me a all clear sign before I wipe. That's what has to happen. Well, who has the capability of doing that? Amazon Web Services, Google, Microsoft Cloud Services, Apple Cloud Services, they all have the capability. There's a few other companies that have the capability to analyze data at rapid form, feed it back, put it on your phone, and give you an all clear every day, maybe several times a day. So that's who I want to invest in. I want to be a part of that because I believe this is a storm coming and somebody's going to get in front of it and save me. And I want to own them. I have a privilege in this country to own, to take ownership. I don't have to apply. I don't have to put in an application to become an owner of Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Facebook. I don't have to put in an application. I just got to put up my money. And I can be an owner. And I can stop those terrorists. And I can have a smart toilet in my home. That's what I think about. That's what I how I invest. I do not invest based on 200 moving day averages and charts and graphs and what the Fed's going to do and whatever. No, I invest on how the world is going to be saved from terrorism. And it has to happen. And since it has to happen, I have to invest in it. And I will profit from it. So if you want this kind of talking head who's been alive long enough to remember what 9/11 was all about and how all of a sudden our airports changed with detection equipment, kind of like a smart toilet, go to bestofusinvestors.com. And there you're going to find a way that you can subscribe to our newsletter. You're going to find where you will then in that newsletter, you'll get a link to our Discord where we discuss things like this in more detail. And we talk about the specific other stocks that may come into play other than the big tech companies. And we work to achieve three things. One, make good investment decisions. Two, to keep more of what we make by using the tax code to our advantage. And three, to accumulate massive wealth. Our goal is $24 million because that's what the federal government will allow Nita and I to pass on to our heirs, estate tax-free currently. So that's what we do. You're also going to see on that website a bookstore. And if you truly want to be an investor that thinks based on facts and future, go to the bookstore. The first book you should read is The Accidental Superpower. It tells you about Bretton Woods in New Jersey and how after World War II the Allies got together and created the New World Order. That's what's got to happen in Davos, Switzerland in March. That's what's got to happen to make sure that we don't have another pandemic brought upon us by terrorism. The second book you ought to read is The Big Nine. That'll explain to you why I think that Amazon, Google, the people who have the data are going to be the ones who are going to make this possible. The third one you should read is The Future is Faster Than You Think. This is going to be the one that's going to put a window in front of you and a curtain, and you can open that curtain and you can see everything that's going to happen into the future, and you can make investments based on the future like I do. And then maybe really the first one you ought to read is my book. My book is all about getting your head put on straight. You know, you have that unwanted roommate who tells you you are not capable, you're not smart enough, you're not good looking enough, and they're laughing at you. You're the joke of the century. That's your unwanted roommate. That was manifested by things that happened to you in the first 14 years of your life. You need to go back and visit those things and get that guy out of your house, or gal. That unwanted roommate, get rid of them and put in their place your coach. That's who told me to do this video this morning at 5:30 in the morning. That's what we do here. It's different. I'm different. So if you want to be a part, go to Best of Us Investors, sign up, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I like thumbs up, and subscribe because I'll have another video that'll be this exciting tomorrow morning.